The river had never crossed its banks, while the village of Kailua still breathed. That was the truth every child learned before they learned their letters. The elders spoke it softly, like a prayer, and the river answered by flowing smooth and obedient past the fields. Travelers noticed it first, the way the water seemed to watch them, curling around stones as if listening. Kailua stood at the river's bend, huts raised on stilts, doors facing away from the water. No bridges crossed the river. You were ferried over by hand, one at a time, by villagers who never met your eyes. They were kind at first. Too kind. When Amani arrived, soaked from rain and hungry from days of walking, the villagers welcomed her with warm millet bread and a fire that crackled cheerfully. An old woman wrapped her in a dry cloth and told her the river was angry this season. The floods had swallowed villages upstream. Here, though, the water remained low. We respect it, the woman said. That is all. At dusk, the drums began. Amali thought it was a celebration. She even smiled when children painted white lines on her arms, telling her it was for protection. The smell of herbs filled the air, sharp and bitter. Only when she noticed the absence of other travelers, only villagers, only watching faces, did fear finally bloom. The river rose slightly, just an inch, then settled again. The chief stepped forward, carrying a wooden bowl carved with faces twisted in silent screams. The river takes, he said calmly. Or it takes all of us. Amani ran. She made it to the riverbank, mud sucking at her feet. The water was no longer calm. It churned, dark and thick, whispering with many voices. Hands seized her shoulders, not rough, not cruel, just firm and practiced. This was not murder to them. It was maintenance, survival. As they dragged her closer, the river surged higher, licking the grass hungrily. I'll come back, Amani screamed. I'll bring food, money, anything. The river roared. The villagers flinched. Children cried. The chief closed his eyes. It knows lies, he said. They lowered her into the water. The river did not splash. It opened. For a moment, Amani felt nothing, no drowning, no pain. The water wrapped around her like arms, cold and tight. She saw shapes beneath the surface, others like her, suspended in the current, eyes open, mouths frozen in silent screams, not dead, never dead. The river drank her breath and grew calm. By morning, the water was lower than it had been in years. The villagers returned to their huts. They washed the paint from their hands. They told themselves the river would sleep for a long while now. But far downstream, fishermen found the water running thick and red, and heard voices calling from beneath the surface, travelers warning travelers to turn back, and the river listened. If you like the results you see here, consider subscribing. It helps the channel and you'll get more great content like this.